All right, so today we are talking about Deuce by Kimberly Brown. She is a new to me author that I decided to read. So, um, with there's a lot of books. I feel like there's a lot of series that I feel like everybody has read but me, especially when it comes to Black romance, urban romance, and Kimberly Brown's the Dillinger series is one of them. I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read books that like almost everybody has read. I feel like there's a starter package when it comes to certain books that like when you talk about Black romance, urban romance, and I feel like everybody has read but me. And Kimberly Brown is one of them. I feel like everybody has read the Dillinger series, has picked their favorite brother, and then, has picked their favorite brother, and I feel like I haven't read the book. She has several series, and I just feel like it was just about that time to read her book. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. More than I thought I would. I find that me finding a lot of these authors that have been around for a long time. I feel like it's like, where has this book been, or where has this author been in my reading journey? And I will say that definitely when it came to the Dillinger series, book one, which is Deuce, I definitely feel that way. I gave this book was so good. I 4.5. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Really good series. If you haven't already, I would suggest that you read it. So our MMC, which is Deuce, his real name is Stanley Dillinger, but he goes by Deuce. His family owns a city. Very wealthy. Um, I would say that they are an organized crime. And what I mean by they're an organized crime is that they're not just, to me, they're not just, drug dealers or anything like that. Just not just drug dealers. They are, I would say, vigilante people, because they not only do like legal and illegal business, but they also like on some like taking out like people who are what is it, like pedophiles. They unalive pedophiles, and rightfully so. So that's one of their jobs. Stanley is hell. Okay, Stanley doesn't know what boundaries are, and that is with anybody he loves. He does not know boundaries. You say don't pull up, he pulls up. He like smothers you with his love, because that's the way he shows love. And that's just the way he's built. He's like, I'm going to, if your boundary is here, I'm going to go past that boundary and then around the corner, because once I love you, I love you. And he is like that. And thank God he has siblings. So Deuce has 3 brothers, 2 sisters. What is it? Maceo, Smoke, Steel, Jada, Maya. Maya's the baby. 6 siblings. His daddy was a Rolling Stone, okay? Because daddy has four baby mamas, 6 kids. 4 baby mamas, 6 kids. And Stanley's mom, I think dad still loves mom, or had a back and forth, because he had a long relationship with Deuce's mom and Mia's mom, which is, I think her name is Maddie. So anyways, Deuce gets the file from dad saying, hey, there's this pedophile. He owns a club. Tonight, read the file. You need to take out the pedophile and anybody that's associated. Our FMC is Salima. I hope I'm saying her name right. Salima is, she's basically down on her luck. Her job caught fire, so she became unemployed. And then in addition to that, her mom has health problems. She had open heart surgery, if I'm not mistaken. And Salima moved back into her childhood home to basically help mom out her bills. Dad died, so it's just mom. And yeah, so she moves back in to help mom with her bills. She's been unemployed. I think it's at like 5 months or something like that. And she finally gets the job at the club that Deuce is going to go to that night. Salima's first night, the owner, sketchy thing, says don't go through this door. We found out later why don't go through that door. But basically, Salima, she needs this job. So first night, super busy. She goes into the break room to get some water, and she hears gunshots going off. So Salima, she running. She has to get away from gunshots because people's being unalive. She's like, damn, this is my first night. Like, what all the hell's going on? Anyways, she goes behind the door that she's not supposed to, and she's running. She runs into a masked man. Turns out the masked man is Deuce. And Deuce, unhinged, like, don't care, throws her into the room with a whole bunch of kids. Turns out the kids are the ones that the owner, the pedophile, is selling off. And he was like, stay in this room, tell the cops, basically you had nothing to do with it, and then you'll be home free, right? In the midst, she drops her phone, if I'm not mistaken. So eventually the police come, the kids are taken back to their parents, she's cleared, she goes back home. Deuce sees Salima, thinks she's beautiful. He's like, if I hit that one time, that's all I need. I ain't trying to be in no relationship. I ain't trying to be nobody's boyfriend. She kind of fine, whatever. He brings the phone back. He has a whole file on Salima. This is what I mean by he's in organized crime. Because Jada, who's a computer whiz, helps him. And this is what I mean by it don't give like drug dealer, just drug dealer, but it gives organized crime. Anyways, he sees Salima, gives her back her phone, gives her 10 stacks, kind of help her out while, she finds another job. And so she takes the money, she she pays the bills, she kind of helps her mom out, and in the meantime, she's looking for a job. What I love about the FMC is that even though that's the thing, even though you think this man is fine, she gives him hell right back. She's like, I'm not one of your, well, she doesn't know yet, but she's not like one of the other people in his family that just lets him get away with anything. Like, she's like, okay, you want to give me hell, I'm gonna give you hell. I give you hell. You like, it's like we see each other, and that's what I love. And it's so funny. She has a best friend, Shar, and Shar is the type of friend like 10 toes down. I'm behind you, whatever you want to do. And you need friends like that. That's going to give you a good laugh. That's going to give you the real. And Salima definitely has that in Shar. So anyways, fast forward. Salima finally gets another job at another club. I don't know why she went back to a club. I would be fine. I'd be finding a corporate job. I'd be fine because the PTSD I would have would just deteriorate me. But anyway, so she gets another job at the club. Come to find out that the club is owned by Deuce. Baby, she and he gives her a hard time, and poor Salima. Like, Deuce is one of them dudes, like, once I set my sights on you, that's it. And that's exactly what he did to Salima. He's like, I like her. She's mine. Nobody else's. So after the club, she's tired. She's made her tips, whatever. She thinks she wants to go home. This nigga is like, nah, you ain't going you. This is what I mean by he smothers people with his love. This girl's trying to go home. She's tired. She's hungry. She just wants to go home. It's been a long night. He's like, nah, wait for me. I'm gonna take you home. And like, even she's trying to get around the bouncer, and he's like, nah, I got instructions that you're not supposed to leave without the boss. When I say the way I'd be fighting the security guard, because what do you mean I can't go home because I have to wait for Deuce? It would be F Deuce. I'm trying to go home, but Deuce is not like that. He's, when I say smother you with his love, smother you with his love. And what I love is that they're attracted to each other, but they give each other hell. And that's exactly that's exactly what Deuce and Selima do. They're attracted to each other, but they give each other hell. And so they go. So he's like, listen, come out to eat with my family, whatever. So they go to this like late night place, and this fool, they over there attracted in each other's, face or whatever. He, give her a nice big, let's just say he plays with Selima by the pool table. Okay, let's just say that. I won't even ruin that part. He plays with her by the pool table. These people is a bunch of freaky frogs. And you see that throughout the book, that these people is a bunch of freaky frogs. Okay? They hunch quite a bit in this book. Like, won't get off each other, hunch quite a bit in this book. Alright? And that brings me to something later on. But as we go on, Deuce, there's this mayor that has been wanting the property that the Dillingers have, so that he can do his drug dealing business. And Deuce, this fool is stupid, because if I know what I know, and we know how these Dillingers are, why I would just pick another property, because they ain't playing no games, okay? And Deuce tries to warn this fool, don't listen. Anyways, later on in the book, so Selima and Deuce, they finally, decide that they're going to be together. He even asks her to be his girlfriend, which is so cute, because he's trying to be like, man, I ain't about to do that. And she's like, yeah, well, if you want to continue being me, you gotta ask me to be your girlfriend. And it's so adorable. They finally establish their relationship, and then they go to a charity event, and unfortunately Selima is kidnapped by the mayor. The mayor decides to kidnap Selima in order to get the property that he wants from the Dillingers. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people. When you see people have like multiple siblings and like an army or anything like that, like, you stupid. Like, that, you're just not smart to me, because they're coming to unalive you and then just wipe out your whole, like, I don't know. Anyways, so unfortunately, so while she's kidnapped for, I think it was like 2 days, and the mayor tries to essay her, and and he doesn't get a chance to. Deuce comes in, blazes of glory with his family in tow, and everybody he sees, and even the mayor, and he gets his girl back. I don't know if I would just go back to school. Like, I would need about a year, because the PTSD would just wreck me. And it definitely, when Selima made it out there, it definitely wrecked her. And this is what I mean by Deuce has no boundaries. And what I mean by he has no boundaries is this girl is trying to wrap her mind around the fact that she was kidnapped. and he's not even letting her, like, he's like, I don't know, like he won't give her space. I honestly thought that when she didn't talk to him for like a week or so, that he was just kind of barging there and be like, okay, now it's me and you again, like you need to get over this. But the fact that he gave her space and let her grieve, and then like he stayed on the couch and like really got to know the mom, and like was watching the soaps and cooking and all the things. I thought that was so sweet. It's like falling in love. It's like the unhinged man that has like great qualities. That is Deuce. Deuce can cook. Deuce, like, parents love him. He's like, yeah. And even though Selima needed her space, and she was like, okay, maybe we should take a break because I need time to. He's like, nah, it's either you gonna be with me or I'm gonna be with you, but they ain't no breaking up. That's what really cracked me up. He's like, ain't no breaking up around here. I gave you a week, and that's it. We gonna be together. And he forces his love on her in the best way, but he definitely forces his love on her. And and that's what I mean, like, once he loves you, he loves you. He smothers you with his love and his unhingedness. And I sign me up. Sign me up. I like a something's wrong with me. I like an unhinged man, but Deuce had so much funny moments throughout this book that I love this book. But yes, and it brings me to this point, right? Selima goes back to school. She's in her routine. Everything is great. You hunch this man every day without protection, without birth control, without nothing. And then she finds out she's pregnant. Why are you shocked that you're pregnant? You've been hunching this man like 60% of this book. Why are you shocked that you're pregnant? You should be like, oh, it's about time. But you shouldn't be shocked that you're pregnant. But yes, she ends up pregnant with Deuce. And Deuce, this is what I mean by this man. I'm not even gonna ruin it because Deuce has a moment in the end of the book where he, like, I don't know, he, like, this is how I mean, he's just nosy. Deuce is just nosy and he needs to know everything. But Kimberly Brown, you wrote the shit out of this book. I cannot wait until your website opens up so that I can purchase all the books. Even though I haven't read the rest of the books yet. If they are anything like Deuce, I want all of the books. They are good. This is a good beginning. I need this book on my shelf. I will say that. I need this book on my shelf. It's not enough for it to live in my Kindle. I need this book on my shelf. Great series. Great book. I started reading Macio's book, and I'm already in love. And that's why I said I need the rest of this book, the rest of these series. And I'm super excited. I'm loving getting to know all these new to me authors, because I feel like last year I dropped everything for about 3 authors. That was two of them did a book like every month, every other month, and that's Tatiana Timmons and that is Jacquel J. Even though we're a stand account for those authors, I still want to make sure that I get to know the rest of these authors and their books. And deciding to read authors rather than my favorites has been great because I've gotten to read Alexandra House, Lilith, and Memphis. And I can't wait for Umber. And if I didn't take a break from reading those authors, then I wouldn't have discovered Alexandra House. And I absolutely love her books. And I'm super excited that I'm going to her dinner experience that people talk about that she does every couple of years. I got off the wait list, and I'm gonna do that in September, kind of like an early birthday gift to myself, which I'm super excited about. And going to BRBF, I really want to read other books um, from authors that are going to be there. It's a little hard now because we're literally like a month out, but I am super excited about the rest of this series. I'm super excited about, getting to know the most popular, reading some of these popular books that I feel like everybody goes crazy for. And now I can join in the conversation and say that when they talk about their love of Deuce, I can be like, I love him too. So, super excited for Miss Macio's book. I hope I'm saying his name right. And Shar, because the best friend, Shar and Macio is getting a book. Well, they have a book. It's Macio's book. And I think I'm going to do Macio, Smoke, Jada, Steele, and do all of their books one video instead of doing so much different videos. And then eventually when Mia's book comes out, then I'll do a video on that one. But I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I encourage everybody to go read it on, I don't know if it's on Hoopla, but it's on KU. So go read that on KU. And I will be back. Have a good day.